Okay. I was just sending a message to Violence to try to get some of Quang's sets from Genesis. Okay, so let's take a look at the first game here. This is Akir versus SDJ. SDJ the Puff from Texas. The tournament was this was one that just happened. What tournament was it again? It was a recent netplay tournament. Oh yeah, it was Coinbox, right? I think this was in losers bracket. Quang or not Quang. Akir lost um, to he lost and got like 33rd or something. Okay, yeah. So this is Akir DK versus SDJ. So this is a matchup that I have a lot of experience with because I played so many sets against puffs in my region, namely Webwipe. Historically, I have not done very well in that, player-to-player matchup, but I think I've made a lot of big strides in this matchup recently. I've won ranked sets recently against CPU Zero and DD from SoCal. But yeah, there's just a few things that I think Akir could be doing better in this matchup. Um, Namely the use of up B and a bit of like platform movement, and just playing more disciplined in general. But let's watch a bit of this game. So we can see Akira likes to do this double jump here, which it's a bit risky. I guess not so much when you're at zero, um, because if they call that out and hit you, you can be in a lot of trouble. Like you're without a jump. So going for these charges, like I do think that um, charging punch is really good in this matchup. It forces Puff to approach you because the threat of punch is really big. Punch is like almost, it's like one of your win conditions, really, especially if you have the lead. But I don't like really putting yourself in the corner to charge the punch because if Puff decides to approach, then you don't have many escape options. So what I like to do is like charge punch on a platform or like facing away. That way I'm able to put my shield up and like drop through the platform. Oh, what's up, Andy? How are you doing? Yeah, so okay, he's got punch now, which is big. Um, yeah, so he's like trying to kind of force these approaches when he's not really in a position to be hitting Puff with anything but up air or up B. So Puff is above you like this. Um, Up air can trade, which is it's okay for DK. But what I like to do here is just if Puff's above you, just like go for aerial up B. If you aerial up B here, um, like what's Puff going to do? You're gonna either get some damage in, maybe trade, or you just like up B and like land on this platform, and Puff can't really chase you. Yeah, definitely. You want to like charge your punch safely, even if it means you get less charge, fewer charge levels. But the thing is that DK's charge punch is still good even when it's not fully charged. It's pretty damn strong. 8 and 9 wind are both actually stronger than full charge. Yeah, so he's not really doing that. Again, you have an opportunity here when Puff is on the platform to back air and then immediately aerial up B. So what you want to do, I think at 0 you don't really get much off up throw. Like I don't think that this will true combo, unless she DIs inward. What you want to do is like non-cargo down throw, and it actually deals more damage because you can get a guaranteed pummel, and if they DI in, you get a regrab. If they DI out, you get a tech chase. So that's something you can do at lower percents. That was scary. So here he wanted to rest, but miss input. And what's funny is that here he could have probably just released punch when he saw Puff coming in. But he didn't. And again, he's charging platform here where he doesn't really have a good escape option. Yeah, so I didn't comment on the fact that they started FOD. I know that Akir likes FOD. I personally hate this stage, and I usually ban it in most matchups. But I think he does pretty well on this stage. I don't think it's necessarily bad for DK. I just think that it's better if you have consistent platforms, because so much of DK's neutral game involves using the platforms, which I think is really important against Puff. So you can see here he goes for the down throw and gets a nair off of it. Yeah, these are kind of like greedy down airs here. I would be looking to just, you know, play out of the corner with back airs and up B if Puff tries to get in diagonally on you. So, like, in a position like this, Puff can't really come down on top of you. That's not really a threat. What she's going to probably do is come down here and hit you from the side. But if you properly time an aerial up B, it can beat that. The risk here is that you are at higher percent, so a trade would be bad for you. This is also why I just don't really like FOD, because like he doesn't have a platform here anymore. So there's like nowhere he like doesn't have a lot of safe escape options. All right, and that's the stock. Yeah, you see, like, this playstyle of, like, jumping in with forward airs, I just feel like you have to play this matchup a bit more disciplined, especially against a Puff like SDJ, who absolutely will play extremely disciplined and patient. That was a good punch, really good punch. So, like, these are the spots where Puff is, like, going above you, where I like to sometimes throw in aerial up Bs. This probably would not have been a good spot, but you can see here, what are Puff's approach options here? She's going to come in and try to hit you here. You can contest that with back air or dash back. If she tries to jump and come in this way, you can aerial up B that. These stomps are kind of like wishful thinking. I know I go for the same kind of stomps here, but Puff is too short to get hit by that. But that was so big-brained. I would not have hit that punch. So that is one really good thing about FOD, is that you got these small platforms. You can cover the entire platform with moves like punch and up air. Up B as well. So I prefer to just do my charges from the top platform. Just take your guaranteed 8 winds and then, you know, go into shield drop or jump away or whatever. Instead, he does a thing, he goes into the corner. Like, I just don't think this is really a good game plan to just, like, jump at Puff with a forward air. What I'd be doing is trying, like, threaten to, like, charge my punch fully and, like, take space with back airs. Go over to this platform. By the way, can you guys see my cursor? Okay, no, I need to, show my cursor. Yeah, capture cursor here. My bad. I was, like, pointing at stuff. So going onto this platform here and, like, threatening a wave dash off back air or a shield drop back air. Just, you know, playing center stage a bit more. And the thing is, once you've conditioned them to respect your back air, then you can start mixing in, like, turnaround punch. Yeah, so here he's like kind of just scrapping with Puff a bunch, which does not pay off because you get pound rested. So the stomp here is like... stomp is often good for rest punish, but in this situation, you probably want to just drop down and charge punch. You can probably get to about, I don't know, 5 or 6 blinds, which is a good, like, 15, 16%. Or what you can do is you can get your charge and then do a down air. Something like that. Instead, he gets the down air and then slide off and we reset to neutral. Yeah, so like these kind of situations where you're jumping at Puff with a back air, a lot of these, like, you could just replace that with up B, just getting underneath Puff and doing aerial up B. I really think that, like, spamming aerial up B is viable in this matchup when, like, depending on the Puff's positioning, it's pretty hard to punish, and you get a lot of damage off of it. Maybe. That might have worked. You could also just, you know, charge a smash attack. I'm not sure about down B, like the properties of that. I think you could probably slide off it. So, like, these situations where Puff likes to, like, full hop bear over your shield, most characters don't have a good way to punish that, but look at this, like... wait, I'm gonna just... Oh, whoops. So, Puff forward airs your shield. You have plenty of time to... This is where you're actionable. You can up B that. Or you can aerial up B, which would hit here. Like, instead of doing this back air, aerial up B would absolutely reach Puff, and it would hit her away and give you a good, like, 14%. So, like, a lot of these back airs out of shield, you can just replace that with aerial up B. It's a frame 7 out of shield, fully intangible. So, like, don't be afraid to go for that. Alright, yeah, DK's just trying to land. SDJ's doing a good job of covering his drift. I do think that some of these up Bs you could replace with wiggle air dodge. Like, just as a mix-up. Yeah, that's just clinical edge guarding. Alright, let's look at game 2. Akir goes to Yoshi's. Ready? So, something that I don't see Akir use very much, which I think is a really, like, invaluable tool in DK's neutral, is rather than doing this double jump back air, what you want to do is, like, jump, waveland, fast fall back air. It's the quickest way to get out a fast fall back air other than full hop. So it gives you an intermediate height between your full jump and your short hop. And it doesn't burn your double jump, so it's like a lot safer in that way. So I like to use that a lot, and even just like, you know, wave landing up to platform, putting out a quick like shield pivot, shield drop, like wave land back air. It's just like, I don't know, I think it makes your movement a lot more unpredictable. Yeah, these like down airs on platform are not really working out. This is another opportunity for an up B. when you get this nair, up B right here. And then what'll happen is if the up B misses, you can probably still get to ledge. If it hits, then yeah, that's good damage. A lot of these punches are kind of just it doesn't seem like there's much thought behind them. They're just like trying to hit Puff. I think it's better to like some weird slippy stuff going on here. Like hold on to your punch a bit longer until you have sort of a read on where the Puff is going. Good up B. Very good. Alright, not much to comment on here. His move of choice to Shark is up air, which is like... Yeah, I think it's good, but there are definitely some spots here where you can just aerial up B instead. Again, it's pretty hard to punish. I guess at this percent, maybe not the best idea, but you can still get away with it more. Yeah, the over 100% tournament winner is tough. Alright, good back airs, good damage. Yeah, that was a little bit too late on that. That almost killed. Let's see here. It's always scary to try to edgeguard Puff, but I think in general you don't want to try to edgeguard her with back air. What you want to do is like drop down up B. I know I keep saying that, like up B, but it's so good. It's just aerial up B is such a broken move. And I think it really shines against floaties. Because if you do it against like a Fox or a Falcon or something, they can just, you know, dash dance and wait it out and then punish it. But floaties have a much harder time punishing it. That's what I like to see, the Waveland back air. Alright, he gets the up air. Pretty good. Good damage. I think that you can, So when this punch misses, you actually are actionable almost immediately. Look at this. This number one, this is DK. This shows what framing the animation. Look at where he's actionable. That was 45 frames. So you can do the punch and then immediately up B. And that probably would have hit Puff. Wow, got the kill there. Puff is not doing the optimal DI, which is no DI and then jump. Here's another spot. Puff is approaching you diagonally. You got the back air here, but you could have done an up B, and the up B would deal a lot more damage. Right? Because here you don't really get a follow-up off that. But this game is going really well. Let's see. I would honestly just like, from platform, you've got a lead. Just like abuse it. Go start charging your punch here from respawn. You get a guaranteed 8 wines, right? Hang on, I'm just gonna put some music on because it's kind of quiet. How much stronger is 8 and 9 wind compared to full charge? The answer is a little bit complicated. The reason for that is that punch... well, first, 9 wind is way, way, way stronger than full charge. But the thing is that full charge is weaker. It's about 3% weaker when you do it in the air as opposed to the ground. And it's also weaker if you hit with the early hit, which is what we call the sour spot. I prefer to just call it the early hit because it's not so much a sour spot. But it sends them up, and it deals way less damage on the full charge. But when you do a non-fully charged punch, then the early hit and the aerial versions deal full damage. So they don't have any reduction in damage. So what happens is 8 wind is always stronger than full charge. It's only slightly stronger than the grounded full charge. But a 7 wind aerial hit is stronger than a full charge aerial hit. Aerial late hit, rather, which is the sweet spot. And then the early hit of like a 4 wind or a 3 wind is, I'm pretty sure, stronger than an aerial hit full charge. So, yeah, it's just like, it's a really weird move. Yeah, so full charge, the benefit is that it's faster and it has iframes. You can make your non-fully charged punch. No, it is really good. It just that, like, you gotta hit with that late hit, right? Which is like the sweet spot. Because again, it's faster and it has iframes. You have to get a frame perfect double B tap to get your non-fully charged punch to come out as quickly as possible. It's just some really weird DK stuff. I need to make a video about it, because, like, it's really poorly understood. Here, this is a really good technique to catch shield drops, is back air into up B. Here it didn't work out because he didn't shield drop. Again, some of these up Bs you can replace with, like, a wiggle into air dodge, which is, like, a little bit safer when you're up high like this. Yeah, so some of these options that he's choosing, like to get back on stage. Just watch this again. Back further. When he gets hit this way. No, it's earlier. Yeah, so like that down air here. I think sometimes it's better, like, I guess Stomp isn't so bad here because it catches, like, if he jumps in, but you could also just turn around charge cancel and then land on the platform and put your shield up. Like, get ready for a shield drop. Now, what's crazy is right here, when Puff F smashes your shield, the back air will miss, but I'm pretty sure that an up B out of shield will hit her. Because watch what happens here in her animation. Oh, he got the kill there. Let me see. When Puff F smashes his shield. So you wait, and then Puff is not actionable yet, but she's right here, so you can actually hit her with an instant aerial up B. Wow, and that sour spot bear is gonna kill. Okay, now game 3 he actually goes Young Link. I was thinking about just watching that. You know what? Let's watch it. I'm not gonna analyze it really. Just for the sake of watching the whole set. And it's not that long. But I don't agree with switching here. I think that DK does fine on Dreamland. If you just... It really depends on how the Puff is playing the lead. Like, this kind of like air camping stuff can be really annoying for a DK to deal with, but it's... I don't think it's that bad. Like, I've been able to beat some pretty good Puffs who take me to Dreamland. Just gotta play really patient. And of course, like, the problem ultimately is that Puff can still kill you at like 20% with rest, but you can't really get early kills on Puff. But it still gives you lots of space to, like, you know, play the runaway charge punch, spam back airs game. And you don't have to, like, scrap with Puff so much. See, this is like, yeah. I don't know, you're still gonna, even picking Young Link, you gotta deal with this air camping game. I don't know why he wouldn't just, like, switch to Marth or something. Marth's a lot better. Yeah, this is pretty rough. This is basically impossible. I would probably just run off the stage at this point. I guess he can still, like, gather some data, but... I don't know what just happened there, but okay, Young Link makes it back. Reverse bear. Okay, good try there. Let's go to game 4. Akir goes to Pokemon Stadium. This is a very good stage for DK in general. Can get lots of good early kills off the top. Yeah, so in these, like, situations where Puff is up, like, diagonally from you, you have the threat of aerial up B, right? So what I like to do is kind of just play center stage a bit more, play around this platform, and just, like, safely put out back airs, stationary and retreating back airs. And if Puff tries to get in from, like, a diagonal here, you can up B on reaction. And your up B has 4 frames, aerial up B has 4 frames of intangibility. You can use it to actually beat out Puff's aerials. And especially when you're at low percent, like, trading with a back air is not so bad. And if you miss, you still have the option to just, like, drift over here and land on the side platform. Out of the top 10, who is DK the best against, closest to even or winning? It depends how you define the top 10 characters. And I assume you're talking about characters, not players. But I think that DK goes even or possibly even beats Samus. I also think that DK does pretty well against Peach. I think that's a good matchup for DK. Marth is also considered to be like the top tier that DK does best against, but I kind of feel that that is not really true if the Marth has a better understanding of the matchup. Yeah, like, these kind of situations, he is getting some damage here, like, but you really can't pressure Puff that well off the ledge, so committing to these back airs is not always the best call. I would probably, if Puff is doing that and I got the lead here, I mean, it doesn't really matter if I have the lead or not. If Puff is just at the ledge and not willing to come in, then I just go in to the other side and, like, charge my punch, right? You're not really going to get a lot of meaningful neutral wins when Puff is just, like, safely back airing from the ledge. Unless she's at kill percent. Yeah, that doesn't... I think it is technically possible to get this up air, but I think if she does no DI like this, she can just jump out. But it's worth going for. It's just a bit slow on the jump. Okay, this is... Recovery here is tricky. I don't like going high like this. I prefer to go a little bit lower, right? Because Puff has the option of back airing you or even up airing you if you go high enough. But if you go under, you can threaten to invincibly up B or just take ledge. So he jumped a bit prematurely here, and he gets back aired twice for it. And then that's like... Oh, he didn't stay on ledge there. The DK was dead. Nice. Good edge cancel there. I think this is not a bad idea, just punching from ledge. You gotta do it once in a while to keep them guessing. And the way he did it here was actually, oh no, he didn't even have intangibility, so he didn't do the, he didn't do it as quickly as possible. Thanks for the follow. Desert Snoopy. I just feel like a lot of the time Akir is over-committing with these backers, especially like using up your double jump like this. Not a good idea, especially when you're at such a high percent. So I would be just like staying closer to the platform, putting out safe back airs, not really going in like this, where Puff can just, you know, jump in and punish it. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Oh, had an opportunity for a grab there. Really nice back airs here. Unfortunately overextends a little bit and gets pounded. So, like, again, these spots where Puff is lingering, like, above you diagonally, back air here is not bad, especially, like, you're doing a retreating back air, but you can also up B that. Like, anytime Puff is above you, you have the option to throw in an up B. Wow, that is, like, that should not work, but he wasn't expecting it, so it worked. I think that you could have maybe up B a little quicker here and avoided this forward air with your intangibility, but I'm not sure. Oh, there's some chrono trigger. How should Puff DI that D throw? DI down and away. It'll sometimes set up for a tech chase, but like he doesn't get any true follow-ups if Puff just DIs away. And I think at that percent, Puff wouldn't hit the ground. She could like jump out. Yeah, I don't know what that punch was. He just felt like punching him. So, when Puff's on the platform here, you can try doing aerial up B on her shield there. Because, like, what's she gonna do? She can't really shield drop it. Like, maybe she could do, like, some perfect, like, frame shield drop rest or something, but it's such good shield damage, and you can even get some, like, you know, shield poke up B damage, and then you could just drift away, and she can't follow you. Yeah, these are the kind of spots where I like to, waveland, like, pivot, jump, waveland, back air. Good edge cancel. That's... up B is better damage here. She pounds your shield. Either a grounded or an aerial up B. I think it's better. Ooh, that was almost a rest. Yeah, up B out of shield is like aerial up B out of shield is so good. And I don't really see Akir use it at all. Yep, I like that turnaround punch to get back to stage. That was good. So Puff was crouching it, which made this follow-up true. Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked. Yeah, playing, like... this is just playing a bit too aggressive, I feel. What I would rather do is just hold center, right? You don't need to chase after Puff when she's just, like, safely back airing. You know, just keep your center stage. You've got punch. She's got to respect both your back air and your punch, so you don't really need to, like, chase her down here. Because then what happens is she gets a reversal, you could just die. That'll take stock. Let's see what DK could have done better here. Yeah, so this downer was like a little bit risky, but like at this point, I would be content with just going back to now. Obviously, he missed the edge cancel, which is why it's bad. Otherwise, this would be like pretty good positioning. But I would be content to just go to the shield, go to the platform and light shield, or just like go back into center stage and start safely back airing again. Here could have maybe air dodged. Like you got the double jump, you're super high, Puff is coming out to intercept you. You could maybe air dodge through here. I don't know, either way you're likely gonna die. Yeah, I like to just... now, when you're charging punch from the Angel platform, it's better if you can position yourself onto a platform, like the top plat of Battlefield. Here it's not as good because you're landing on the ground, but I would still... like, Puff doesn't want to fight you when you're invincible, so just come down and, like, take a few charges, right? And then, you know, you can jump to this platform and get a few more charges. Because DK is just so much more threatening when he has punch, right? Yep, and here he's getting your charge. Yeah, these pounds are really really catching Akir. Gotta watch out for those. Anytime Puff hits your shield, like this up air, I'm pretty sure you could just aerial up B that. Yeah, like you had the frames to aerial up B, and now if your back air had been slightly later, this up tilt might have led into like rest. So like yeah, a lot of the time Puff hits your shield, you can just aerial up B that. Wow. Yeah, this is like catching... I think SDJ just has never been down thrown by a Donkey Kong before. So, like, this is totally not true at all, but he managed to make it work. Okay, so we're going to a game 5. I think after this game, I'm going to call it for today. Unless anybody has any other games they want me to watch. So we're seeing this again, like these approaching back airs, which I just... I think Puff is really, really good at dealing with that. Because her back air, like, she has more drift and a more disjointed back air. So generally, like, stationary and retreating back airs are better. But you also, like, when you're both at even stocks, you can start, you know, charging your punch, letting Puff get comfortable and, like, she either has to come in and interrupt your charge, or she just is forced to come and interact with you, which is good. So here you go and take your charges. Again, I prefer to charge on the platform, but this is fine. You're not getting punished for it. Another opportunity, your Puff is hitting the top of your shield. Aerial up B. If you aerial up B right here, it's gonna either hit Puff if she drifts in, and if she drifts fully inward, then she's gonna get hit by like 12 hits of it. If she doesn't DI in, she just stays here, then she gets hit by a strong hit, and you reset to neutral. If she doesn't get hit, you just escape to center stage. So yeah, up B, out of shield. Yeah, I was just about to say, I can feel that SDJ is looking for a pound. Like, he's looking for DK to jump in with an unsafe back air, so she can just jump in and pound and then, like, rest it. So I think fighting her at the edge here is quite risky. It's quite a gamble. What you could do instead is just threaten, like, you know, some stationary back airs. Let her try to deal with it. If she does try to jump in and punish it, you can then throw in, like, a turnaround punch. Or, like, if she tries to land, you tomahawk grab it. This is good, though. You punish the pound. Scouted it out. Good tomahawk from the Puff. misses the punch, but oh, still gets the kill there. All right, let's continue here. So now DK has the lead here, so you don't really need to be chasing Puff down. I'd, again, be content just throwing out safe back airs from the platforms, letting Puff figure out what she's going to do against it. Good CC grab. Probably could have just down thrown here. Up throw, up air, I don't think is guaranteed. He manages to get it, but if you down throw here, you get a guaranteed pummel, because you can buffer down throw. But then you can either get a re-grab or a tech chase out of it. Good sharking here. I think he wanted to go for a up air into. This is like a classic DK setup. You up air on the platform and then you up B to bait out the shield drop. But he doesn't up B. The Puff gets a down air in, and we reset to neutral. So these punches are kind of just like almost thrown out at random. Like at this point, this punch is only going to hit if Puff fully commits to drifting in here. So, I don't know. I like to go for the punches more when they are like closer to the ground, because like reading a landing. Because trying to punch Puff out of the air is, I don't know, it's like trying to catch a mosquito with your fingers. You have to get a very specific read on her drift to hit that. Whereas if you go for Puff when she's like running low on resources and has to land, it's a lot easier. So, like, some of these situations where he goes for an up air on Puff's shield, like, up air into up B, like, as a shield drop bait would be good, but you can also just straight up aerial up B her shield. Again, like, she can't do much against it. She's going to take a little bit of damage, or you're just going to safely up B and land on this platform. Alright, getting a few charges in. Really aggressive back airs. Good, yeah, finally it works out. He's gone for that like 5 times and it finally hit here. Oh, that's unfortunate. See what happens here. You're just not quite close enough to grab ledge. That was really, really close. What you can do, though, is if you see Puff is coming down to try to hit you, you can aerial up B here, and that'll be fully invincible. If you time it right, you just beat her option here. I think she can still, like, take ledge from you and then drop down with an aerial, but I think an up B here would be pretty good. Oh, here. So, you do not have to be afraid of Puff's crouch at all. DK's grab is the lowest in the game, so it will always hit a crouching Puff. But I know he's probably like, this guy's a Marth main, so he's probably traumatized by the fact that like Puff can crouch it. But yeah, it never works against DK's grab. And SDJ doesn't seem to really know that. A stomp is good here. Goes for another stomp, doesn't meteor cancel it. Wow. This was like a really good rest punish, but it also was like two different mistakes that the Puff made. First is that they didn't meteor cancel, probably thought they were going to tech on the platform here, and then didn't DI properly and double jump to escape the up throw up air. But good execution by Akir. Couple opportunities here for an up B. Right, you traded here, and then you can just mash grounded up B here. Like, you're not at high enough percent where anything will put you into tumble, so you just, when Puff hits you here, you just hit up B, and yeah, Puff takes a lot of damage. Again, here, Puff up tilts your shield and somehow does not shield poke, but that's a guaranteed aerial up B out of shield. That will hit Puff. The hitbox horizontally is very generous on aerial up B. Back air's fine too. I mean, the back air worked. But back air also gives her a chance to ASDI down and punish it. Yep. Good baiting out the shield drop. This is a really close game. Like, I know I'm pointing out only like mistakes that Akir's made, but he's also played this extremely well. That was just, oh my god. So this is what I mean, like, you have to play disciplined in this matchup, because if you play too aggressive and you overextend, you can just die at 20%, right? Like, this punch probably would have ended the game, but honestly, you don't have to go for it right here. Like, honestly, you have side platform, you're both, like, this is completely neutral. This is, like, DK favored, but one mistake and you're dead. So, just, like, safely play around this platform, like, threaten to throw out at, like, a waveland back air. You know, if she tries to come at you diagonally, you can up B that, or up shark with up air. But goes all in on this punch, and here, so again, punch, fully charged punch, only takes 45 frames in total. So it's really hard to actually just punish it on reaction. So when you finish this punch, let's take a look at the frame data here at the top. You are now actionable. So you can immediately ground it up B or aerial up B, both of which are pretty hard for Puff to get like a good punish on you. Grounded up B is more risky, but you land that, you whiff that punch, and then you're immediately actionable. But instead, he shields and goes for an up air, which is, yeah, just too risky. So gets up aired, and then gets rested. And like, rest is pretty free for Puff to hit on DK. Obviously, like, if Puff misses here, she's dead. But like, look at that. Look at that hitbox. Oh, pain, suffering. I've lost so many sets this way against Puff, like last stock, overextending and just getting rested when you have the lead. But really good set. Well played. Yeah, so I think I'm going to call it for today. Thanks for watching.